A lot more than insider trading.
The way they're acquiring wealth.
Correct.
And what other methods?
I mean, this is really going to get me assassinated. It's like I'm not lengthening my lifespan by explaining this stuff, to say the least. I mean, I was supposed to go back to DC. How am I going to survive? This fucker's going to kill me for sure. In fact, I do think like it's like I actually have to be careful that I don't push too hard on the corruption stuff because it's going to get me killed. Yeah. It's like I was actually thinking about that on the plane flight over here. It's like if I push too hard on the corruption stuff, people get desperate. Is the issue,
right?
Then they say like, okay, if the money flow cuts off, then okay, they can't afford school for their kids,
right?
Then they're like, well, fuck you, I'm going to kill you for my kids,
right.
Type of thing.
Yeah.
Then it's like, oh, geez, okay.
Did you ever see that video? I think it was an O'Keefe video where they've got this guy undercover and he's explaining, they're talking to this guy, he thinks he's on a date, and he's explaining, it's always a guy on a date,
yeah,
explaining how they can nudge someone to go and do something horrible. And they recognize this person has problems, they find an asset.
Yeah.
Yeah,
totally. Well, this is what I was thinking. Like for that Butler situation, for that assassin, you don't. It's kind of like that funny looking sport, curling.
Mm-hmm.
Where they have like the stone on the ice, and then they throw the stone, and then there's someone that's like brushing the ice, but you can't you can't touch the stone.
Right.
All you can do is just change the path of the stone a little bit, but you keep brushing the ice, and you can steer that stone right into the bullseye. That's what I think happened in Butler. That's what I think happened with that assassin.
Yeah.
If you can find the trail of breadcrumbs, it's going to be like curling. Somebody was brushing the ice.
Well, also you find a young, confused, disenfranchised person, and you give them purpose in their life.
Just brush the ice.
Yeah, and also
keep brushing the ice. Eventually, it's going to hit the bullseye.
If you're in a position of authority or some like big-time government person, you're talking to this person, all of a sudden this person's a valuable asset. They're going to help America, and you're going to do this thing, and you're going to be our top assassin from here on out. You could talk people into doing a lot of things. That's why cults are around, right?
No, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, there are suicide bombers. I mean, the Butler guy was a suicide assassin. The second guy that tried to kill him on the golf course was also a suicide assassin. From what I read, the Secret Service member that saw the gun pointing out fired several shots, none of which hit the assassin. But they could have. Like if those shots had hit the second assassin, he would be dead too.
Right.
So both of them were, on a. I mean, they were on a suicide mission, both of them. One actually got killed. One of them didn't get killed, but he could have been killed if the bullets had hit him.
And you don't hear anything about him either.
There's a lot more about that guy than the first guy. I mean, you look at his background. Yeah. He looks like,
unhinged.
Yeah, totally unhinged.
Yeah.
The first guy, there's no. I'm not aware of any evidence that shows like that he's so unhinged as to be a suicide assassin.
No.
The second guy, like, okay, yeah, sure.